All right, just remember the rules, please. No cursing. Please try not to use the N-word. Sisters, do not give out your number without the proper approval of the division officers. Please respect others when communicating and doing membership. Please try to limit yourself to 5 minutes. We'll go through our sisters first and then the brothers, and please respect the chain of command of the local officers. On the line today, we have myself, I'm Division President Everett. I don't see the secretary. He had to work. He's going to be on a little later, Brother Bruce. We have a Sergeant in Arms and Honorary Colonel of the African Legion, Brother Tony Ainsworth. I see our first Vice President, Brother James, is on the line. Second Vice couldn't make it today. I believe our Lady President, Sister Narcissa, is in the building. Our head matron, Black Cross nurse, Sister Yvette, Mama Earth is on. We have our Ambassador at Large, Sister Charlene Foster, and Brother Jamal couldn't make it. He may jump in late. And I don't see our founder Caesar on the line. And we also have a special guest, a division president from Division 100, Curacao, Brother Jose on the line. So I'm gonna get him to break the agenda and I'm gonna get him to speak in a minute, but you know how we do. If you could please unmute yourselves so we could, and repeat after me as we start the meeting off with the pledge. I commit my body, mind, and spirit.
I commit my body, mind, and spirit
to the protection, defense, and security.
To the protection, defense, and security
of the red, the black, and the green.
Of the red, the black, and the green.
I dedicate my life.
I dedicate my life
to the redemption of Mother Africa.
To the redemption of Mother Africa.
And to the liberation of her scattered black children.
And to the liberation of her scattered black children.
I accept for myself and my descendants.
I accept for myself and my descendants.
The teachings of universal African nationalism.
The teachings of universal African nationalism.
And I promise that our children will be instilled.
And I promise that our children will be instilled.
With the purpose and knowledge of themselves.
With the purpose and knowledge of themselves.
As African people.
As African people.
In order that the cause of our struggle.
In order that the cause of our struggle.
Will neither falter nor fail.
Will neither falter nor fail.
Until all Black people are free and united.
Until all Black people are free and united.
Through one God.
Through one God.
One aim.
One aim.
And one destiny.
And one destiny.
Race first, family.
Race first.
Race first.
All right. I didn't want to hold my brother Jose up. He is actually well, he may not even be the baby anymore. I don't think he's the newest division any longer. But he's Division 100 in Curacao. And that's where the convention's at. So I wanted to just invite him in, just talk to you guys a little bit about what's going to be happening at the convention in Curacao. Just tell them a little bit about itself and the division. And they actually have a Liberty Farms out there. So, you know, we have the Liberty Farms in Nigeria. Curacao has a Liberty Farms as well. So that's a blessing that, you know, we're building up all of these farms. And, you know, we have a Liberty Garden with Sister Michon. So we're going to try to make that a farm as well. So go ahead, Brother Jose, just introduce yourself. I don't want to keep you long, but just let everybody know what's going on, my brother. Race first.
Okay. Race first. Greetings to everyone. Name is Jose Camelia. Actually, I'm not the president of Division 100. That will be Rasta Moses Edward Cuman. And I'm actually living in Florida, here in USA. But I'm glad to representing the division. And I'm actually invited the secretary, but at the last minute, he could not be here with us. But we are excited in our mind to have everybody there in Curacao with us in August for the convention. And actually, we are intended to have a march on August 16th, or is August 17th? August 17th. Sorry, August 17th. So I will be there. I will arrive there August 16th, for the march with Brother Duguay, and we're gonna do a caravan all the way from one end of the island, all the way from 3/4 of the island. We're gonna go in cars, and then we're gonna go marching on the street to a statue that we have there. And I don't know if everybody can make it, but if you can make it there, August 16 will be great. So you can march with us. And it is actually too early to say where we're gonna stay, but we are already planning for everyone to stay in the same hotel, motel type, because it can be very expensive if you go to a hotel at the beach. So this one is not too far from the beach, and it's kind of studio where everybody can stay with a family. And then our plan is for all of us to stay together in one facility. If not, you guys can go on your own, because everything is going to be together close by. We are arranging one common place for the conventions to be at, and then we're planning food. I would like to have like a potluck type where everybody can go at the table and serve themselves with 3 different plates every day, like one completely vegetables for the vegans, and several meat, fish, and so on. What else can I say?
That's pretty good. You do need a passport to go, correct?
You need a passport to go, yes. I want to say we're gonna have a bus or 2 buses, depending on how many we are, so we can do excursions together. And then we have 2 days plans for fully days excursion. One of them is gonna be the whole day at the island of Klein Curacao, which is the little Curacao, like I was showing you guys on the video at the convention. That would be a whole day event where we're gonna go on a ship, go to Klein Curacao. It's like I think it's like 5 hours together, 4 hours together, and then back. Not that much, maybe 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Sorry about that.
Okay.
You do need a passport to go to Curacao. Yes, that's correct, brother.
Okay.
That's correct.
And the food, well, where will most of the food be coming from?
Okay, so I have my families. The last I talked to my cousin, which is gonna cook for us all the food that I mentioned, and I think we have like a couple days that we're gonna go out and eat in a restaurant. That
Okay.
when the gay was there, we ate together, which was very good. Type of local food, yes.
Awesome.
Local food from the island, which is basically like a southern type of kitchen. Very delicious, very delicious.
I know it. I'm very excited. I'll be there for sure. And when do you have the dates for the convention that you could just tell everybody about again? I think it's August. The dates of the convention, we need to get down there. August 16th, is it?
Yes. It is August 16th. I'm gonna go. August 17th is the march, and I think the date for convention. Hold on just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. So I don't want to say it. I have to got to get it. I think it was like okay. Hold on that. Let me check it for you.
That's okay. I have it somewhere, and I can.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yes, me too.
Yeah, I'll make sure they have it at our next meeting. But it's definitely going to be at Curacao, the islands. So I'm very excited. And last thing, just tell the people a little bit about the island if they're not too familiar with it, because it is a big place. A lot of people go on vacation.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Most of people knows about Aruba and not Curacao, because Aruba has more being exposed out. So it is the ABC Island, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, which belongs still to the Dutch colony. So the Dutch people are still there. We still bow to the king, unfortunately. It's nothing like Latin America. It's nothing like the other islands in the Caribbean. It's very, 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 very modern, and what can I say? Very, very modern and ongoing. a lot of people goes there. You will be exposed to, I don't know if you guys have been in the Caribbean before,
Mhm.
Dominican Republic and all that. It's completely different scenario. You're gonna be exposed to European type of buildings and colors and very colorful buildings and all the colors mixed together. We do have a lot of colored people living on the island because of the immigration of the slaves. They went there first, and then from there they were exposed. So other than Aruba, there's a lot of Caucasian and Curacao. It's a lot of our colored people.
Okay, wonderful, because we definitely
Yes,
want to be around our people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say thank you, brother Jose. I know you said you might not be able to hang on long, but if you can hang on, just hang on. But if you gotta go, that's cool, and we'll proceed up. Okay.
Yes. Well, is there any question before I go?
Anybody have any questions about Curacao and the convention this year before we let our brother go? I thought you was division president too. That's my bad.
No,
So I
no,
need
no,
to meet him.
no.
Okay.
It's Rasmussen. It's Rasmussen. I
Okay.
want to say
Is that hold on, brother Jose? Is that the guy who has never uncovers his face?
yes, that's him. Yes.
So
Yeah.
explain that to me again, because there's a brother that I see in all the pictures, and he never uncovers his face. Have you ever seen his face?
No, I've never seen his face. No.
And he wears like a red, black, and green mask or something?
Yes. Actually, I know we all on the island. We know Rasmussen to be UNA for the longest time that I can remember.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I didn't know about UNA until 2020 in the pandemic, when my cousin asked me to contact the division here in the US because they needed some help with some land,
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted to take some land from them, which is right now is Liberty Farm Curacao.
Right.
And I said, I think there's a division, no, there's an organization already, so you guys cannot do that on your own. So I contacted actually our president PG. I contacted him on the phone, but he was in Africa, so he didn't.
Okay.
So he didn't answer. And then I went down to the list, and I got to Brother DeGay next in line. So call him.
Next in line. That's right.
I called him, and from there, wow, we were like, whoa, this is actually sounding very good. And I got myself involved in it, and I actually I like everything that I've seen so far. I like the ideology. Been reading a lot, like reading a lot,
Awesome.
because I consider myself a student. Don't know much yet, but the more you read, the more you open your brain and see the things. And I follow the 12 weeks with Brother orientation course.
Okay.
And then like if you guys didn't do it yet, it's a good thing.
The orientation.
The orientation course, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very demanding. It's a good course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I look forward to seeing him, because I heard he never takes the mask off and nobody's seen his face. That's really crazy, but he's really into it that bad.
Yes,
but okay,
yes.
We're gonna proceed on, Brother Jose. So thank you so much. And
Okay.
Then my fault. Did anybody have any other questions about Curacao and the convention?
I want to say one thing. Normally we pay around $400 for a ticket, both ways.
That's it?
Yes, both ways. Yes, normally yes, both ways. But everything have gone up now since the pandemic, so it might have gone a bit. But we pay $400 both ways. Yes. And then we are looking into JetBlue. I think from New York they have very, very expensive. Very, very cheap tickets from New York to Curacao both ways. Yes.
All right. So as soon as that as soon as we get everything in order, just let me know and I'll send that out to the members, whoever can make it.
Yes, actually, I can tell you that we have a Zoom meeting planned for January, the first week of January.
Okay.
Where we're going to put everything online, and the plan is to tell everybody about tickets and the bus, the excursion, the food, and how much money you have to save for the trip. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Brother Jose.
Yes,
and
sir.
I appreciate you jumping on, because
Yes,
I want to get that out the way early so I can make sure I'm there. I got to be there anyway. So.
Yes, sir. So
I
I'm going to put my phone number here in the message.
Okay.
Anybody has any question, they can contact me.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right.
Opportunity. Okay.
All right. Thank you, brother
Thank you.
Jose.
Yes, sir. Thank
Race
you. Race
first.
first.
All right, family. Thank you. And that was brother Jose. I'm sorry. I thought he was division president, but I got that wrong. But that's my brother. I met him at the convention this year. So I just wanted to make sure I could get him in and just talk to you guys about the convention, where it's at and everything like that. It's going to be phenomenal to hit that islands. I heard it's beautiful over there. I heard brother Raymond Duguay actually fell into the water when he went. That's what I heard. So he was up there talking about, he wasn't worried about waves and he almost drowned is what they telling me. But besides that, he loves it. So I'm blessed to go back. All right. So I wanted to go over the old news real quick. Of course, we did our movie premiere of the movie Till. I guess we can talk a bit about the movie if you guys that attended wanted to, but I thought it was a phenomenal movie. It was very emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I got emotional about it, but I think it was just a great night at a Black-owned movie theater. So we were blessed to do that. And if anybody wanted to talk about it briefly before we went on, you could just raise your hand real quick. Go ahead, Sister Charlene.
Okay, so real quick though, first of all, just thank you for giving us that space to be able to unpack that movie due to the heaviness of it and some of the trauma that we experience as a over the systematic racism that still exists and had existed at that time. And I felt that it was a safe space for us as Black people to come together and look at it, have a dialogue like we did after the movie and really unpack it and unpack it some more. I'm still in a place where I'm not sure if I would see that again with white allies or even white people in the same space for that matter. I'm just keeping it real. But I'm just glad that we first had the opportunity to see it with family. That's it for me.
Awesome. Anybody else? All right. Yeah, it was a very powerful movie. So we were blessed to make sure that we got to see that. And I mean, they say I always get emotional during movies, so I can't talk too much, but I definitely got emotional during that one. Wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of the meetings I went to, the events I went to. I went to a civil rights breakfast that was hosted by I forgot who it was hosted by, but we had the new governor was there. They had all of the Baltimore City mayors from probably the last 5. So you're talking about Mayor O'Malley, Stephanie Rawlins Blake was there. I took a picture with Sheila Dixon. She was there. Brandon Scott was there. And Jack Young was actually there as well. So it was just good to see the old, despite what you think of them, they were our city leaders. So it was just good to see them there. And again, Wes Moore was speaking there. And then the next week, or maybe that weekend, I went to Brothers Unifying Brothers Awards ceremony. And I was able to meet the new Baltimore City State's Attorney. He was there, he got an award. A couple of our elders got an award. Tashamba, I forgot his last name. I think me and Brother Anthony met him at when we were doing a New Era event. He's like a Baltimore historian. And he was there, he got an award. So it was a lot of great people there. So we're still building with them, and I'll let you know when they do have something else, but it was just a nice event. Let's keep it moving. Me and Brother Frank did the Africans versus Epilepsy conference with Sister Dr. Kimya. I'm not sure if she's on here or not, but that was a phenomenal event. I actually learned a little bit more about some stuff. It's Dr. Kimmy, if you wanted to talk about it real quick, are you there? He may not be available. but I do see her on.
Yep,
Oh, yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you and Frank for being there. And so we recorded it, which is why we share you're gonna hear noise in the background, by the way, I'm walking around. But Sean and I always record because we share with Africans around the world, because I'm part of Pan-African groups around the world. And both Sean and I have brain conditions and epilepsy. And so we connect with Black mental health professionals, Black epilepsy professionals, and I've also done presentations and trainings for the Epilepsy Foundation. So the whole goal that I do is I connect our people with neurologists, neurosurgeons, and finding holistic ways. So like my neurologist is holistic. So if she puts you on medication, it's something that she follows up to see if you need to stay on the medication. So those are the kinds of things that Sean and I talked about. So thank y'all for being there. And of course, we let y'all talk during the session so that people know more about Unia and how this connects to health. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you. And I actually put the link to the recording in the chat if anybody wants to copy it or what have you. But I do have it if you can't do it now. It was very powerful. I learned a whole lot just about, the whole thing, mental health and everything. It was definitely good. So thank you again, Dr. Kimmy, for that. And just to piggyback off of what Brother Jose said, that orientation is really getting heavy. So if you guys are just starting, you may be too late to do it, but it's only for paying dues members. But if you want to just jump in, you always learn something every time I get on there. And I've been doing it for a few years now, and I always just continually do it because I always learn something. And also officers training is Tuesday. And that was pretty much of the old news. I want to get into some new news before we get everybody involved. Waiting on my mom to come back from Louisville so I can get the remaining deposit. But as of now, we have $1,223.43 from October. We have more for November, and I'll have that posted at the end of the month. If you guys have our group, Google Chrome, you can get the Treasury report. It's up there. And again, we never use it. Whenever we get shirts or something, it doesn't come out of our account. We want to make sure that we keep our account untouched as long as possible, especially for me as division president. That's one thing everyone should know when you're dealing with like my basketball program or other nonprofits. Real Truth and Power is a nonprofit. Whenever your name goes in about money being messed up, it's not good. So we want to make sure that we don't, spend any money until we necessarily have to or we're ready to. Let's let that sit up and build, and let's just keep on pushing. And so far, that's been good. So we took care of the Treasury report. I want to acknowledge some new members. Of course, Dr. Kimya Noor-Dennis, she just signed up. We got Brother Charles Mutama from Zimbabwe, brother. He actually paid his dues in for the whole year. And also Brother Khalil Bey. He was on here a while ago. He signed up and he signed his brother up. So we got some new members coming in, and that's good. Want to talk to you guys. I don't know if you remember, and I know Brother Tony does. Brother Andy, from Hagerstown. He has a news letter called Speak Up News, and he's creating a program where they will hire interns. Well, not hire, it's going to be an internship, but they get a little stipend. It's going to be for young adults. They're going to learn how to deal with the newsletter. They're going to have to go get, interview people. They're going to have to create a bio and things of that nature. So that's going to be a great experience for our young adults. As we always talking about having our own media and having our own propaganda, it's very important that we start stressing that to our youth and getting our own, our own journalists out there and preparing them to get the real truth about ourselves out there. It's going to be a program, and we're going to go meet with him. I got to hit him about when we're going to meet. If our nonprofit 501c part isn't done, I know we submitted it, but it isn't back yet. We can just use his to partner up. It's no big deal. and there'll be some money towards our division there as well. So it's going to be a great program. We're going to be working on going to the mayor's office about it as well. So we're just blessed to have that in, and that's going to be a powerful outlet. The Labor and Industries Committee meeting, we had Brother Frank is always talking about us getting to know each other a little bit more, because it seems that we're always working, at least our local officers. So him and Brother Jamal has been wanting to meet and, you know, just sit down, break some bread and just go over some things. And I think that was a good meeting. And he was also able to go over some of the business ideas that he had. And for people don't know that I've added him to the Business and Industrial Committee. So he'll be now taking charge of that. If you don't know, I'm Minister of Information for the whole UNI, so I'll just take care of that title for him. But it's going to be very important that we start getting our business ideas up and running. And last but not least, I wanted to just let everybody know about our 2 auxiliaries that we're really recruiting for right now. For every male that comes into our division, they're automatically into the African Legion, our military. Every government, people that don't know that, you know, they see us with the flag. They know we have a constitution, if you don't know, to the flag, and a pledge to the flag and so forth, but we have to have a military to a flag. So the African Legion is to protect our community. I'm already working on some uniforms for us so we can look the part when we go out as the African Legion. So that's going to be great. If I didn't send it to you, please, guys, hit me up via text and I can get that to you as well. But we also want to keep recruiting for people that really want to be a part of that Legion. And also, we're pushing for our Black Cross nurses, as Mama Earth is on. We want to start getting people to dedicate themselves to the Black Cross nurses. You do not have to be a female, and you do not have to be a nurse. To a brief history about the Black Cross nurses, back in the early 1900s, there was a pandemic, probably about 1918 or something like that, just like we're going through COVID now. And Black people couldn't be a part of the Red Cross Red Cross. They couldn't be part of the Red Cross, and probably couldn't even really be nurses and stuff like that. So Marcus Garvey and the UNIA, our ancestors, created the Black Cross nurses. So you had people from the community just volunteering, giving, you know, you actually had nurses giving checkups and things of that nature, but they were providing health tips and things of that nature. So we want to keep that going. And so we're looking for some volunteers for that. And again, you do not have to be a nurse or anything like that. Also, I am appointing our founder, Brother Caesar Kajana. He's going to be our division state lobbyist. So he's going to be out there fighting for laws and things of that nature and dealing with a little bit of political people, so we can start getting some laws passed that benefit the UNIA. As you guys know, Kaylin Young is a UNIA member. Our former President Kajana's son won. I believe he's going to be a Maryland state delegate. So we're pushing to get some of our agendas in the community out there. So, you know, we need more people in government that has that race first mentality. Both of these brothers do. So I think that'd be important for us to start looking at that. Marcus Garvey always tells us we need to know our president of all of these other organizations. We need to know the mayor. We need to know our church pastors. We need to know everybody in our community, so they can so we can let them know the UNI is serious. And also, when things go bad, we may be able to ask for favors. So it's very important that we show diplomacy and we understand how we need to act as a government. So that's going to be real good. I also wanted to bring in Sister Charlene again. Sister Charlene, I know you want to talk about the NAACP press release on the young brother Tyree that got shot. He got killed?
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. So just give you a backstory. This past weekend was the movement formerly known as Baltimore Ceasefire Movement. They are under a new name, the Baltimore Peace Movement. So on the very last day, November 6th, Tyree Moorhead, who is the visionary for the no shoot zone, was involved in a police shooting. But what happened before that was something where he had gotten into some sort of altercation, having some mental health issues that manifested again because it's a pattern of his, and it involved him assaulting a woman, right? So there's still details that's coming out with that about that, but the police intervened, and 14 shots were discharged from the officer's weapon, killing him. So let me read this statement by the NAACP, which states that the Baltimore City NAACP was contacted by several members of the community regarding the shooting of Tyree Moorhead on Sunday afternoon. We met with Baltimore Police Department and reviewed the police officer body-worn camera footage. While the Baltimore NAACP will continue to gather information and conduct our own investigation, we look forward to the investigative findings of the Attorney General's office and the Baltimore Police Department. Baltimore NAACP leadership released the following statements. The life of a community member was lost on Sunday, and that is never a situation to be taken lightly, says Nicole Chang, NAACP Criminal Justice and Public Safety Chair. This incident is an opportunity for us to have an open and honest conversation in our community with Baltimore Police Department and city leaders about how we can provide the best possible support for loved ones and community members that may be experiencing a mental health crisis, and make a real investment in how publicly funded agencies can intervene in the most effective way. We offer our condolences to the family and loved ones of Tyree Moorhead and all of the individuals impacted by this tragic incident. Our legal redress committee will actively investigate this matter, explained LaShawna Kess, Esquire, Vice President and Legal Redress Chair. We had met with representatives from the Baltimore Police Department and believe that the police intervention was necessary. However, we present the following questions. Number one, 14 shots were discharged from the officer's weapon. Is that use of force justified, or is it a case of excessive force? Number two, what are the resources or programs that are in place or need to be put in place when there are patterns of mental health crisis in order to circumvent incidences which may cause harm to self or others? And lastly, number three, what are the changes to training or policy that Baltimore Police Department will need to implement as a result of this incident? This coming Saturday, the 19th, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., the Peace Movement, along with some other individuals, will be out at this location of Fulton and Lafayette Avenue to pour light and love into the space and to be of assistance for community members that were there and may have seen what took place. The videos are circulating. It's out on Instagram and also, I believe, Facebook and Twitter. But in terms of how we need to be involved, we are now seeing that there's a second instance where we know someone or have connections to someone that is involved in a mental health crisis, and in some way the police is involved. In this case, the worst possible scenario has occurred in which an individual has his life taken. Monday at Be More Greens, there was a call for community members to come together to unpack and talk about their feelings about the situation, because Tyree Moorhead has been a part of the advocate and activist community, part of hip hop, and a lot of people were very familiar with his mental health crisis that sometimes show up to harm other people unknowingly. And so that's where we are with the situation in terms of other individuals, other organizations that's getting involved and figure out the way how we collectively come together and really be a better village for our community members that are experiencing this. Anybody have any questions, thoughts?
I had one real quick, Sister Charlene. Is this the case where the brother was on top of the female with a knife?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, but he got shot 14 times though?
14 times. I seen the video. There was two videos out. The first one was taken by the bystander, and then it was the body-worn camera. So I looked at both of those. And the interesting thing about it is when the officer said drop the weapon, now there was nothing happening, but there was seconds where the officer made the decision to open fire on Tyree. And he basically unloaded his first clip. And he dropped the weapon as he's putting in his second clip. Now, for some people, if you get shot that many times, you may release the weapon, you may not release your weapon, but he was already on the ground.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Anybody want to comment on that before we move forward? You can jump on in. It's okay.
And I know this may, I know there are people who are still processing it. And I know I had some community members that were part of, in which Tyree has engaged in harmful interaction. So that in itself makes it even more complex. And I know the intent at both Be More Greens was to hold space for individuals to unpack. But when it doesn't feel safe, or people don't feel safe or have maybe a difference of opinion about what happened, because some folks like, well, this is justified. He got what he deserved because he manifested that. So maybe that's, you may be one of those individuals who may have that same belief. And I believe that we all need to make space to unpack that, because there's the reaction of what happened with Baltimore City Police, but there's also the work that still needs yet to be done when we deal with individuals that are operating in those spaces like that, where they're moving in such a way where either they don't receive help or they're being very clever about trying to get help when people are trying to help them.
Let me ask you another question, Sister Charlene. What do you think we can do as a division, in situations like this to, be active and just, make sure that things are being done properly?
Okay, so number one, since NAACP has already put out this press release, there should be a connection with NAACP Baltimore City, and I believe you have had a picture with this man, Kobe Little, who is, I think he's the president of this particular chapter, to reach out to him to see where they are with this and get some more feedback. So that's number one. So that way there's a buildup of having other organizations to deal with that, because again, there is a question of whether or not excessive forces was used in this, in this manner, and to a whole lot of us, me included, and maybe some on the call, that was pretty excessive. So you got that part. Then there's the other part in which, like, believe November the 21st with Messiah Fit, and there's the Maryland legal defense discussion around mental health. So again, that's still in the forefront. We have to have, in my opinion, we need to have a sophisticated engagement of, bringing mental health to the table and creating safe spaces where individuals can speak to their situation, like we did last time on the last call, right? So it needs to be more of that too. in person. So
Awesome.
those are the two things.
Awesome. Did anybody else want to comment on the shooting before we move forward? I will say, before somebody else jumps in, that that's a dangerous situation to be over top of someone with a knife. But I could see 4 or 5 shots with a police gun, that should put you down. And really 1, but 14 is just like, golly, that's, I don't know. I don't know. We just got to do better with this situation and controlling the officers. Even if it's a Black officer, the mentality that they teach them is to hunt, and to oversee this Black community as if we were, the worst of the worst. So I just don't know what to say, but that's a lot of shots. That's a lot of shots. I'm not condoling what the brother did for sure, but you would hope that, like you said, if he had mental health, they could have hit him with 1 and maybe she could have been saved and he could have even been saved. So, that's what I was saying on that.
And one more thing too, in talking about that, because we talked about another thing that's probably needs to be discussed and unpacked is domestic violence. So all of these things became the perfect storm of the city experiencing that sort of violence play out in multitudes.
Yeah, that's something, man. That's something. Nobody else has a comment before we move on?
I wanted to say something.
Yes.
I just wanted to piggyback on what Sister Charlene was saying about mental health. We are experiencing a virus that's spreading, especially with coming out of COVID, and then people had issues with their mental health before pre-COVID. But we're going to have to start developing a mental health strategy to deal with the people that's going to be out here. And that shooting was actually like another George Floyd incident, if you will. It's like, what happened to tasing someone? They could have tased him and he had already got down. They not only shot him multiple times, as she said, they reloaded and kept shooting. There's a video of the police camera on the whole incident, and it is almost like a George Floyd incident, in a matter of speaking. How long and how many are going to have to go this route to get help for their mental health? And it starts with the community too, because especially our Black men, our men suppress their mental health and without feeling comfortable or having an open forum to say, I'm mentally ill, or this happened to me that caused me to behave this way or that way. Our men needs to have a freedom to be able to express their mental health without falling under some type of stigma. I do want to open a Unia-Acl table at the event on November the 21st at the it's called the Goldie Grill. I sent you a flyer, Everett and Sister Charlene. I just text the flyer to you. I don't have an actual flyer, but I will get you the address. It's from 6 o'clock to 10 p.m. at the Goldie Grill on Liberty Road on the 21st. It's a fundraising event to help raise money for Mosiah's attorney fees, but it's also giving mental health awareness open, because they're going to have a discussion there too.
Okay. I'm definitely there. What time is that again?
It's on the 21st from 6 p.m. It starts at 6. I'm gonna try my best to get there sooner than that, but I have to work that day. But
do we need to actually bring a table?
No, I asked him, did they have tables? He said that I asked him about the space, because I tried to invite other mental health facilities to come with flyers, or, you know, we have to have some type of resources for people to give out, or to give them, you know, spread out to the community. We can lead them to another way of thinking when it comes to their, who they are as Black people. But what resources would be available for them once they divulge the fact that they need assistance? We need resources for them.
Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. So yeah, let's definitely make that happen, and then we could talk about what you need on the table, and I got you covered.
Okay, so I'll send it. I'll send you the address as soon as I can get. I have to. It's in my phone of where it's going to be, and I'll send you the particular. But I did send you a flyer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'll send it in a mass email so that everybody will have a flyer.
Okay, that'll work. That sounds great. And yeah, because we have to show our face at these events and show support. Mental health is a very serious thing. I tell, well, I don't actually tell a lot of people, but you know, my father suffered from mental health. So, you know, I had to go up through that, and you never know how it affects you as a person. You know, I sometimes I stay to myself. Sometimes I don't like to be around people. Sometimes, you know, feel uncomfortable. Sometimes you get, but people like James a trip with me, because sometimes my temper, you know, people think I'm laid back, but sometimes I'll zap out and just show my temper, like standing on a chair arguing at work over football games. But you know, you just never know how that'll affect you with the mental health. So, you know, we really got to be, and that's the new thing that we never really, when I was younger, and of course our my parents and further down in the generations, mental health wasn't really focused on like that, because it was always taught, you know, be tough, suck it up, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And mental health goes in a variety of ways. So I witnessed it, grew up with it, and that's something that we really got to focus on to help our people. You know, it's really, really, really something that we got to focus on. Anybody else want to comment before we move forward?
Race first.
Race first, Dr. Shams.
Yes. Not exactly the same situation, but I found myself where I used to live in a few incidents where police, you know, they were looking for someone else, or they either came up on me for some reason, and they always had their guns pointed when I was unarmed. It's a good thing they didn't kill me, but I'm just saying, you know, it happens more than we realize. Not everybody dies, you know, from police interaction, but the police go overboard. I don't see why do they have to have their guns drawn if they're not in a dangerous situation?
You're 100% right. You're 100% correct. I've had a couple guns pulled on me, traffic stops. I got arrested one time for leaving the club. What's the name of the club? Right by Crazy Johnson, Greenmount Street. Volcanoes. Back in the day, it was a shooting out there. And, you know, we walking over dead bodies and everything. And the police was like, niggas, back up. This is the actual Baltimore City police calling us niggas, telling us to back up. And I got maced. I don't know if it was the alcohol kicked in on my homeboys. They're like, man, go get his badge number. You know, you need to get that brother's badge number. You know, that was uncalled for, to call us the N-word and the maces. So me and my man, I got maced really bad. I couldn't even hardly see. So it started to clear up, and I went to ask the officer for his badge number. He said, you want my badge number? And he just sprayed a whole bunch of mace in my face again. Locked me up. I could hear my homeboy like, what are you doing? He was kind of like shocked that the police was macing me. And I heard him get slammed to the ground. And they put a gun to him. So, you know, these are the type of things, you know, that we normalize because it happens to us so often. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've had an officer pull a gun out on me when I was younger running the streets. But, you know, we normalize it, and it's not normal. You know, it's not normal at all. So thank you for that, Dr. Shams. I'm gonna get back with you on membership too. Would you have anything to say on that to close out on that, Dr. Shams?
Oh, race first, yes. One of the first incidents that I encountered with police, they were actually U.S. Marshals looking for a fugitive in the building where I used to live. I was coming off my elevator to go and check my mail. This whole situation was brought into court because I went to federal court to try to sue, but I could get no representation. We also have a hard time getting lawyers for our people pertaining to the situations and things that we go through as well. But anyway, where I used to live, you know, that it was like 3 officers. They had me on the ground, and one of them had their gun directly on top of my head near the garbage pail in my building lobby, right by the elevator that I was getting ready to get off. And the other ones, you know, they had their guns drawn too, but they searched me. They couldn't find anything. I didn't do anything. They had to let me go. So I went and filed a federal lawsuit. But to this day, I had no justice. You know, they didn't give me anything for it. They offered me $5 million if I took one of their lawyers, but I know how that went because the prosecutor was already intimidating the security officer who witnessed the whole situation. They intimidated him so much that even if I was to get a lawyer, anything that they was offering me, it would go their way. They make sure things go their way in some of these incidents. You know, some of these situations, you know, they make sure it goes their way. And you got to remember now too that now the neo-Nazis are coming in to the police force, and they're doing the policing. They're racist. They're known racists and haters of our people, killers of our people, and they on the police force supposedly so-called doing, you know, the police work. You know, we need to reach out to organizations who have other militaries also, like the Nuwapians, the Nation of Islam, you know, the Moorish American government, maybe, you know, some of our other organizations, you know, maybe they could pick up where the police failing at and patrol our streets, do the policing for us, because the European police system of the United States is as racist as can be. That saying about racism is alive and well in America, that rings true even today, and they trying to get Trump back in there so they can take us back to the 50s and 60s and before then. They trying to take us all the way back into slavery if they can. It's a good thing, you know, in the news that the election went the Democratic way, and that President Biden could put more judges in the Supreme Court, because other than that, we would have had no recourse. Peace and race first.
Race first. Thank you for that, Dr. Shams. I appreciate you for that. It looks like our guest speaker isn't going to be here today. I tried to call him a couple of times while we were talking, but we'll get him in on the next time. So what I want to do is go over member share. But before I do that, I wanted to share this website. And this is the website. This is Dr. Shams' website. It's not the website that you guys see. It's actually an all-black shopping mall that we were talking about doing, and it's actually some business opportunities there if you guys are interested. And hold on one second, let me share my screen. And let me go here. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Buy Black movement. This is actually should be Dr. Shams' website. He has one. You can actually get your own website, but this should be his. This is the link I clicked on. It should be his. And what it is it's all black vendors, all black owned. I actually got a Marcus Garvey chain here. Had a Marcus Garvey medallion with a nice chain. For those that don't, I don't wear real jewelry. I wear nice looking jewelry, but it ain't real. But it's very good. Let me get this out the way real quick. It's very good. Click on the store. You have a whole bunch of accessories, artwork, automotive stuff, Black history information, health and wellness information, information on Marcus Garvey, perfumes and colognes, everything that you would really need on this website. It's some business opportunities as well as investing. So I think we need to all take a look at this website if you're interested. You know, if you want to go and buy something, you can go buy something from hair care, deodorants, educational stuff, food, and so forth like that. So it's definitely very good to check out. And I have Brother Nate, I don't know if he jumped on the Zoom. If you guys are interested in doing some business, let me stop sharing. If you guys are interested in that website of doing business with Brother Nathaniel, Brother Nate, are you on? I think he is on. And learn more about the Buy Black Movement website, you can contact him. I can put just contact me if he might not be available to speak, and I can give you his number, and he'd love to talk to you about some ways you can invest in it. It's supposed to be they have a main factory warehouse down in Atlanta, where you know, if you're interested in being a part of it as far as a vendor, that's great. Or if you're interested in just investing in the business entirely, that's great as well.
Brother Everett, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, Brother Nathaniel? I just wanted to, I was just trying to, you know, let everybody know about you. Is there anything I could miss that you could say real quick? And I was going to ask you to drop your information in the chat.
Yes, sir, I can do that. And thank you for sharing that. And thank you, brother, Dr. Shim, for actually sharing that information as well with the UNIA. Yeah, just like brother Everett said, there's an incredible opportunity right now, getting our people buying. And one of the things that we need constantly is money. You know, all of the things, you know, as far as health concerns and police brutality and, you know, everything that face our community, but we always run into that issue of money. So this is an opportunity to actually sell other people products, which help Black businesses, which help our people. There's an incredible supporter program that's off the chain that getting our people buying. Just a wonderful, wonderful program. I don't want to take up too much time because it's very in-depth, but what I can do is, you know, on the behalf of my brother, I could come on and actually talk about and keep you all abreast on what's going on in the Buy Black movement. So if you have any questions, I always can entertain that. I'm gonna put something in each one of you, Dr. Shim actually website that will actually take you to the website, and you can actually check it out then. Thank you, brother.
No problem. Yes, please drop your information in there, but you guys can contact me too. And I just put Dr. Sham's website in there. It's the www.buyblackmovement.com and Sham Sales. So
okay, thank you.
You got it. Thank you again, Brother Nathaniel.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. So yeah, it looks like our guest would speak. So I guess we can go through member share. I want to introduce a new sister, Sister Rachel. Are you there? Let's see if she can come.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Thank you so much. And
Hello.
How you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. For those that don't know, I met this sister at the civil rights breakfast. I was like, wow, this is a sister I need to talk to. She had on her African garments, and I was like, man, I'm with people that relate to me as they being in the UNIA. So at the end of each meeting, we just ask that, you know, people tell us anything that's going on. But since you're new, just tell us about yourself, whatever you feel, and about Marcus Garvey, how it means to you, and everything. You might be muted again. Oh, I got you.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. You can go ahead. We can't hear you.
It's muted again.
Yeah, you muted again.
I
was really kind of cute.
Wonderful.
Looks like her youngling might be hitting the mute button, but if you can jump back in, Sister Rachel, feel free to, and I'll get you back on the mic. And I'm blessed for you to jump on our meeting, and you are family. So hopefully we can see you a lot more often, and I'll talk to you. Then we can move on down. I see Lady Prez is up in the house. Sister Narcissa, you have anything to share? What's going on with you? And also I talked to what do we need for that garden to get that up and going? What do you need so far, if you're still there to speak? Michonne, are you there? All right, she might be not able to speak. I'm going to roll next to Sister Charlene. I know you were mentioned. Did you see that Black Panther movie, Sister Charlene? I saw it late last night. What did you think about it?
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Look, first of all, please go see it. I love the way how they infused grief, because you gotta keep in mind too that Chadwick Boseman passed away during the pandemic. So a lot of the actors and actresses weren't really able to kind of come together to grieve. So this movie did it justice on that part, and also honoring the ancestors. And then there's another part in there too about how we support brown people when they're fighting the same battle. So I'm not gonna say too much and give it away, but it was awesome. I enjoyed myself. I saw it with Campaign Zero, because they did this movie viewing on Thursday. So I got the opportunity to see it with them. I'm grateful for that.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that movie's packed. I couldn't get up next act. I saw Brother Jamal Connor. I asked him how he got his ticket. He said he put it in 2 weeks ago. And of course, we couldn't even reserve that movie. If we were trying to get that one as well, we couldn't do that. And I mean, that's showing that movie, I believe it's starting out security 7 a.m. in the morning, all the way up. I had to go to a 11:15 movie, and that movie's long, but it's definitely good. It's definitely a good movie to check out. But anything else, Sister Charlene?
That's it. I think I said enough for tonight.
All right. Sister Yvette, you have anything to share, Mama Earth, about anything else that's going on with you? Sister Yvette? All right, I think that's all the sisters we have on the line today. Oh, Sister Dr. Kimmy, you got anything to share about what's going on with you and BAP or anything? Dr. Dennis?
Hey, so right now BAP is taking a little break to start planning for 2023. And I will eventually just share an image that was created to show everything we did for 2022. But I will just keep y'all updated when we start planning for 2023. It's just time to take a chill for December and January.
I understand. I understand, but definitely keep us in the loop whenever you do something. You know, we're there to support the BAP organization.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we can go into the brothers now. Dr. Shams, where you at? You got anything to share for today?
Yes, race first.
Race first.
I just want to share my main website that I'm working on constantly and updating and putting on a lot more new interesting topics and things on there, speeches and all, from like Minister Farrakhan, Reverend Al Sharpton, the late Calvin Butts of the Apostolic Church, peace and blessings be upon him. Also, Clay Evans, that Minister Farrakhan spoke about and held dearly himself. Peace and blessings be upon Minister Clay Evans. You know, the name of the website is Not Helpful USA Legislations People.brainsites.com. That's Not Helpful USA Legislations People.brainsites.com. I put it in the chat. Not Helpful USA Legislation People.brainsites.com. It's in the chat for those who are online. Peace and respect.
Race first, Dr. Shands. Put that in there again. It might be way up at the chat, but I didn't see it. Oh, I do see it. I got you. Okay, I'm gonna copy it and put it back in there too. First Vice, Brother James, you there? You got anything to share, my brother? Is he still on? Yes. First Vice.
Oh, yeah, no, man, I was trying to unmute. No, I don't have anything to share. I just think that last week's meeting, I'd like to thank everybody that was involved. I think that was a good place, man, and a good time for us to come together face to face and have a meeting, race first. So let's just keep fighting for our community in every way possible. That's it.
Awesome. All right. Brother Bruce, you back? You able to speak, Brother Bruce, Division Secretary?
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. What's going on with you, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm listening to everything that's going on, and that 14 bullets. Let me tell you something. These police officers now are like an occupying force in the Black communities. Now, in the Black communities, you got Black and a couple, you got Black and white police, but you come out in some of these places, there's nothing but white police officers, and they got military gear just like the military. Like literally, they got the fatigues, everything. You couldn't tell the difference between them and some special forces or something like that. So, there definitely needs to be a separation of or occupying force that we create so we can counter them in some type of way. Because what they're doing right now, 14 bullets, that's way too much. Now, if it had been a bunch of white folks or a white dude, they'd probably bust out with some rubber bullets or something like that. But literally, you know what I'm saying? Or tase them or something like that. But 14, come on, man. That's like first two bullets that could have been enough just to slow him down. He could have dropped a knife or whatever, right? But 14, that's a little excessive, on any front. So there has to be a serious movement towards our building of a force and educating our people on what their rights are, and building a security force. So that's pretty much it for me, man. I got a whole bunch of stuff, but that 14 bullets really, it kind of touched a little bit, So that's where I'm at, brother.
All right, thank you, Brother Bruce. I just saw your message, Sister Yvette, if you wanted to jump back in real quick. I don't know if you still can't speak, but if you can jump on real quick and just talk about that event again, real quick.
I've been struggling. I was sitting here trying to unmute, mute, and taking myself off, and I was like, okay, this is just too much. Yeah, Messiah just got here, and I do have the address, and it's 6212 Reisterstown Road, Goldie's Grill, from 6 to 10, right? From 6 to 10, 6 to 8, 6 to 8:30.
And that's on the 21st?
That's on the 21st.
Okay, cool. Goldie's Grill. It looked like that food. I just looked them up. Looked like the food is good. That's Black owned?
Yeah, he's still here. If you want to, for him to come on in.
Yeah, he can come on and talk to about the event real quick. What's going on with you, brother?
Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
All right. So, yeah, it's all gonna be around mental health, the discussion, more than me, because it's bigger than me. I'm just a statistic and a story within our collective story. But ultimately, we're gonna wrap it around Dr. Joy DeGrasse's book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome.
That's an excellent book.
Absolutely. And elaborate on this. We also have a spot for the UNIA to have a table to vend if you wanted to, pass out literature, and also represent the community. And anyone else who would like to join the panel discussion around mental health, especially Black mental health and Black trauma, that window of opportunity is there.
You know what, Brother Mosiah, send me that information. I like to speak on that.
Okay, will do. Good to see you, everybody. Keep up the hard, strong work of our ancestors.
Awesome. Race first, my brother.
Race first.
All right, I just wanted to.
Thank you. Please take a picture and send me that too, Sister Yvette.
With
So
the flyer?
Yes. So we can post that. I know you're going to share it and everything, but I like to keep it in my phone too,
Okay.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now I can.
Yeah, you good. Who else are we missing? Brother Kevin, you on the line? You got anything to say, my brother? You want to talk about the anything going on with you, that movie or anything? You've been real quiet.
Race first.
Race first.
Family. I'll say a couple things. It was real nice to come out and see that movie Till. It was good to finally meet a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Be in the same room with us instead of over a Zoom call. But that was like you said, yeah, I got emotional over the movie. That's still going on in 2022. But anyway, tomorrow I'll be seeing the movie, what is it? Wakanda Forever. I'll see that tomorrow morning. The early show.
How early?
I did want about 10 o'clock.
Whew. Yeah, they making money off that movie.
Yeah. Oh, they making buku money off of that, but we know that.
Yeah.
Was one thing I wanted to ask you personally though, and that is I heard you mention volcanoes. Now that was my second home back in the day, so me and you probably crossed paths.
Man, yeah, one of my homeboys, not to cut you off, he owned a barbershop right a block down from on the same side of volcanoes. So
yeah.
we was always there hanging out there getting in trouble. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. No, I just thought I'd bring that up because when you said that, you took me back. But
Yes.
Anyway, I did want to ask you one question. It's not a membership. I don't have anything to share of note right now, but I wanted to ask you personally, what brought you to consciousness? Because I hear you say you used to run the street back in the day. You was wild and all that. So how did you arrive here? How did you get here? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so it was there's a brother at high school named Johnny Jackson. He was a conscious brother. He was my man. He was real cool and everything, played basketball and everything, wasn't a punk, but he had a certain swagger about him. And that was back when everybody was trying to rap and everything like that. So I started listening to rappers like KRS-One and people like that. And one day he took me to everyone's place, and it was actually a UNIA meeting there. Now I didn't change overnight, you know what I'm saying, but I started building a foundation for consciousness that would, that once I got myself together, I knew where to go. But I started listening to guys like KRS-One, Public Enemy, people like that. I wasn't really changing right away, and then it's the environment and the people you hanging around. It's kind of a tug and war. I wasn't strong enough to say I'm just going to be like straight up consciousness until I got a little older. But that's when I really first started learning. I say in high school when I went to everyone's place. I attended a UNIA meeting. And then I just started trying to just study and learn a little bit more and figure out what was going on and why these things were happening to me. I was blessed to go to UMES. I didn't do any work, I just was taking certain classes, partying a little bit, but life goes fast. You think about you out in the street and the next thing you know, you in college, and then you not in college, and the next thing you know, you got kids and a family. And then once I had my son, I just started to say, man, you know, the life that I'm living is not proactive to my community or myself. And I got to for it's time to be a man. I got to be a man, not just for my family, but for everybody. You know, I can't just save my son. I got to save his friends. I got to save people, you know, so I just went all in. And I just really stopped studying and started applying what I was studying. You never stop studying, but I just started applying what I was studying. And it's funny that I see Johnny today on Facebook, like, man, who would have ever thought it? You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get you in there. You're more into the movement than me. And we just laugh about it. But yeah, I started kind of in high school. And it was funny that I was at UMES and I came home, and that's when that volcano situation happened. You know, and then I think like maybe the next year I didn't even go back to school. So I was always fighting those temptations, you know, a young brother trying to stay conscious, but you wanting money, and your homeboys, they all hustling. And I went to Carver High. Most of my boys was maybe Cherry Hill or Emerson Village or North and P or in Greenmount. Somehow we got, you know, my man had a barbershop over there. So I was, I was confused a little bit about, you know, how to really be a man. And my relationship with my father wasn't as good, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would say, you know, I always started learning about high school, but once I came into the point where I was a man, and I just decided I just want to change. I wanted my son and my family, my kids to look at me as something different, and just being a street dude just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something to affect people. And then I went out. I also, elder said, man, what you want to do when you die? How do you want people to view you? He was like, you want to be one of those guys that, you know, affect everybody, or you want to be one of those guys that just, yeah, he died, we shed a few tears. But he was like, you want to leave a legacy. The best way to leave a legacy is to uplift your people. So I just went all in. I hope that answers your question. I didn't go too long, did I, Brother Kevin?
No, you good, brother. I just wanted to know, because you know, when someone says they give you a little bit of background, you just want to know how they arrived at where they are. But like the African proverb says, to get lost is to learn the way.
That's right.
So
that's it. Thank you, Brother Kevin. And you know what? We're gonna start meeting at least once a month. I know we always say it, but we gotta at least start meeting once a month. And Brother Frank has a way where he can stream it via Zoom, so it'll be a lot better. But we gotta start meeting and breaking bread, man. That just it makes it more powerful. Like you say, technology sometimes is great. It's technology all the time is great, but sometimes you lose that personal touch with our people. And, you know, we got to get people to just come out sometimes, even if everybody can't make it and they can jump on the Zoom. But, you know, to see people, you know, hug people, shake people's hands and everything, it's phenomenal. So thank you for that. And yeah, we're going to, I'm going to let everybody know when we're going to do the next meeting. It's going to be next month for sure. So we definitely going to meet in person. Brother Dwayne, I know you on the phone, but if you want to jump in, just say a few words, you can, my brother, about the movie or anything, Brother Dwayne. Dwayne P.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Race first, my brother. Glad to see you the other day, too.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. I'm looking forward to more meetings, I guess, in person.
Yes.
I really don't have too much to add, just to say peace and blessings to everyone. Yeah, I really enjoyed the meeting. I mean, the movie. I know a lot of people don't like to watch movies like that, but I can watch stuff like that all day, even, you know, just to try to get the history of it. And sometimes I don't like a lot of like Hollywood movies, you know, the way like the Harriet Tubman movie, I didn't really appreciate, but this one was a good one that we saw last week, or whenever it was, you know. So I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to more invites and more, I guess, coming together and moving forward, and peace and blessings to everyone. Race first.
Race first, my brother. I want to bring a new brother into the fold, Brother Dante. I know you just jumped on in, but if you just want to introduce yourself real quick, feel free, my brother. As we closing out, we do member share. But just, you know, tell a little people about you, what you know about the UNIA, and you know, you can always.
What I know about UNIA. The UNIA is the protection of the Black nuclear family. That's what I know about it. And basically to do for self, to protect one another and to make sure no outsiders come in with that flag in our Constitution. That's what I know about it.
My man.
I got a 20-year military background, and I'll be hanging this uniform up soon. And I'm also belong to another Black revolutionary organization known as the Black Riders Liberation Party. And one of the brothers of my organization, who's in Oakland, is one of the presidents of the Oakland chapter of the UNIA.
What's his name?
By the name of Brother Jabari.
I know. I know Brother Jabari. Okay.
That's my comrade.
Okay. I got you.
And basically, I asked him about the Texas, the UNIA version of the Texas flag that I put together. He was like, they may or may not approve it, but it don't hurt to ask.
Well, what I tell you is what I learned from my elders is that you know, you always fly a flag from where you're from, along with the red, black, and green flag. So you know,
Yeah.
you see those old pictures of Marcus Garvey and them. They have the American flag and the red, black, and green, and that's just to symbolize where they're from. So if you got a red, black, and green Texas flag, you know, as long as you rocking it with the RBG, that'll let us know, like, yo, that's Pan-Africans in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And I'm gonna get another one of those, the original one. Plus, I'm gonna get the red, black, and green stars and stripes so I can fly all three of them.
My man. Yeah, that's what I recommend too.
Flag too.
That's what I recommend too, my brother. But thank you for joining. I know you came on late, you was at work, but we'll definitely link up. I recorded the meeting too. So once I downloaded and everything to our YouTube channel, I can definitely get it to you. And then we can flow from there, my brother, because I look forward to doing work for you. And I'm going to get you with our high commissioner so we can get that UNIA division up in Texas running strong.
And not only that, one more thing before I go, the uniforms are beautiful. I also know where you get your tactical uniforms and your body armor and your helmets too.
Oh, well, definitely get with me, because yeah, we're about to put in an order for some uniforms, and then we're going to need that as well. You know, because we want to let everybody know that we're serious. You know what I'm saying? That, like, I tell a lot of people, Marcus Garvey didn't create a security team. He created a military to protect the government of Black people.
Basically, he created a nation.
That's what exactly. And with that nation becomes military, government, and everything. So we want to make sure that we rocking it right and looking the part. So yeah, I definitely want to get with you on that as well. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I think that's brother. Yeah, Brother Anthony, you ready to go now, or you want me to wait?
No. I ran across little something on Facebook. The Brooklyn Crown Awards will be honoring Brother Charlie Duggan. That's going to be Saturday, November 19th, 6 East Lafayette Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland.
That's that's the garage, right?
Yeah, that's the garage. They ain't put it, but I recognize your address.
You trying to go? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go support the brother.
I think I also seen where they're also, I don't know if it's the same time, and I don't want to be wrong about it. I've seen a flyer with Miss Tawanda Jones also. They're honoring her. I don't know if it's at the same time or what, but it's on Facebook, man. Just check on Facebook. It's on Facebook. It's on my page.
All right, I'm gonna check it out, because I think I saw something on it, but I couldn't find it again. So that's how I knew about it. But definitely, I want to go support the brother. He helps us with the.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, that brother put in a lot of work, man.
Right. Hold on, Sergeant at Arms. Let me get Brother Yahweh before go back to you, because I want you to close us out. Brother Yah, you there? You got anything to add, my brother?
Oh, hello. Man, I kind of wanted to go to the Till movie with you guys, but I was I was kind of forced to go to work because right now I'm like a certain situation. So, but I will be looking out for that movie and the other movie too, Black Panther. But other than that, for me, I don't know if you guys know, my parents are from Ghana. I was born here, but my parents are from Ghana, and right now they're like suffering from some like economic situations. So I'm like doing some research and why, for some reason, their currency is like $1 to 13 cedis, and like how they're doing with it, and how the government is like trying to apply for another World Bank IMF loan and things like that. So that is kind of concerning to me, and it makes me think about the state or the condition of the mother continent, you know, and how the people over there are suffering. So that's something I got my eye on, and I'm trying to see, you know, how that's going to affect us over here, or the parallels of us Black people in America too. Yeah, so I'm seeing.
Awesome, my brother. And you know, we got a division in Ghana that just formed up.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm trying to, before I go back to Sergeant at Arms, let me see if I can find the it's probably in my phone. Dang. Yeah, it's in my phone. I don't have it. I think it's a contact on there. Well, maybe it's not. Hold tight. I might be able to see if I can get you a contact real quick. Hold on real quick, brother, y'all. Because yeah, the PG, just because Sergeant Arms brother Tony was asking about some Jamaican divisions, and they sent me an updated list, and you know, we got a Sierra Leone division now, I believe, a Ghana division, and oh man, I can't find it. It's definitely in my phone though. And this hold on real quick.
That's cool. While you're looking for that too, with my job, sometimes I go like to what do you call it? The southern part of Maryland, you know, close to DC and stuff like that. So I was there like during the last meeting, and I be seeing like the condition of Black people over there. It's like kind of makes me feel sad, you know. It's kind of like a lot of drug use, and you can tell like these people don't have no money and stuff like that. You know, it's like kind of sad, you know, compared to like certain places. I'm looking at, oh, this is where we live here, and then look where the whites are living over here. You know, I'm saying, yo, this is two different places. You know, and I'm like, whoa, this is actually modern day slavery. This is mental slavery. My friend told me that, oh, we're not oppressed, we've been free. I said, no. In America, it always been like one group of whites who want to actually be racist, and the other group of whites who want to make it look like they're not racist. Like you go back to the Civil War, you'll see the North doesn't want to look racist, but the South is actually racist. The Republicans are actually racist. The Democrats just don't want to look racist. You know what I'm saying? It's always been that way. Right. They just take Black Americans from one slavery to another. Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth, my brother.
That's always the conflict in this country. How do we be racist but not let people know that we're racist? You know, how do we push like, you know, the crime and all that stuff in rap music, but then make them think like, oh, Black people getting money, look at the money they're getting, but we pushing all this kind of narrative in the music that results in, you know, more drug use, more Black on Black crime, more women getting beat up, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been, that's the fabric of America. How do we look racist but not be like, I mean, how do we be racist but actually not look racist? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the police brutality. Okay, let's hire more Blacks, but we still need the Blacks to go to jail though. We got to make sure that keeps happening, or else we'll be damned. We're going to be losing power to these quote unquote Negroes. So yeah, that's something I've been seeing. Like back in Maryland, like these people are living in these like houses, but like these people don't have the money to make these houses. It's not like they sign up like they have the money to build a Section 8 house. It's a white person who gets paid to do that. So they're making money off the slavery today. It's not like, oh, you see what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff is there. Yeah.
And I do say what I'll do is today I'll talk to Brother Raymond at orientation, because I do see the Ghana division. It's called the Ndinkra Village. It's the name of the division, and that I think they're the newest division. Them or Kenya. So, and Sierra Leone. I think it's Sierra Leone's a division as well. But I'll see if I can get Rosemary James, and maybe they could reach out or something to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's
I'll
cool,
definitely, yeah, I definitely try to reach out. If it, can't promise you that they could help, but you know, it's always good to just have people. It's always good to have people that you know that are there that you know that you can just lean on. And so any support is good. You know what I'm saying? Any support is good.
Definitely. Any support is good.
Thank you. All right, Sergeant at Arms, it's on you, my brother. You can share, and then I'll close us out.
Yeah, well, I shared already. I just wanted to share that Charlie Duggo thing, man, because that brother been in the community, you know, shouldering a whole lot of stuff all by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we did the Marcus Garvey march. He was in there leaning on cars. I wish he would hit me. Show some respect. I'm like, yeah, this brother, he's a soldier. I give him that. He's a soldier.
Yeah, man, that man, whatever award they giving him, he more than deserve it, brother. Because that man been in the community, you know, doing it. Ever since I came to Baltimore, man. I've been hearing his name ever since I came to Baltimore. You know what I mean? Through Judah and them, because you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I just basically wanted to say that, when I look out in the world at the situation of African people, it's very complex. It's very complicated. And I mean, if you're going to take this struggle on, you got to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it real serious, because we got a whole lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe not in our lifetime, we may not see the complete change in our lifetime, but we got to leave a legacy for the young ones to come and follow. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when you join this UNIA, know that it's a commitment. You know what I mean? I said it before, I said it again. Some people got fickle when I say it. I'm going to say it again. This is not a social club. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, here goes the quote from the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, you know, the greatest prophet ever born from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it goes something like this. Never forget that intelligence rules the world and ignorance carries the burden. Therefore, remove yourself as far as possible from ignorance and seek as far as possible to be intelligent. Race first.
Race first. And as we do before we close out, if y'all can repeat after me and unmute yourselves. One God.
One God.
One God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Africa.
Africa.
For the Africans.
For the Africans.
For the African.
For those at home.
For those at home.
And for those abroad.
And for those abroad.
And for those that don't know, you know we have a flag, a constitution to our flag. And we also have an anthem, so I end out with our anthem.
Ethiopia, the land of the fathers, the land where the gods love to be. As storm clouded night, sudden gathers, our army come rushing to thee. Rust in the fight, be victorious, as for the harvest outward to gleam. For us will the victory be glorious.
I love that. That is the anthem. That is our anthem to the red, black, and green flag for people that don't know it. It's the Ethiopian anthem. And we are out of here, y'all. Have a blessed day. And I'll be checking up on everybody for our next meeting. Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first.